Good morning, boys and girls. Good evening for me. It's 11:06 p.m. here in Australia, new abode. You can see it's kind of an empty office right now. Empty office, but we're back in business. Sorry for the hiatus on streaming. I have been missing the streams, not gonna lie. So I'm glad to be back to it for the last week of the year for trading anyway. This will be my last week hitting the charts actively. So we got 2 days left to go, and then I'll be off until Jan 6th. But hey, man, welcome back to the stream. Good morning, Paul, Graham, Curse Trader, Chris and Marion. Hello, man. Nice to see you. Yes, Australia is very nice. I'm glad to be here. Thank you, Dan. Oh, Dan, please email me again. Ransom Baggins, good morning from Texas. Good morning, guys. Good morning. You can see the charts look a little bit different now. I'm going to be putting Bookmap to more use on the streams. It's something I have on my chart normally, and I didn't have my full setup before I moved here. Didn't have my full setup properly for streams. So hey man, we got a bigger, nice big setup now, so I can put all the things I need on the screen here for the stream. So we got Bookmap up. You'll kind of see how I use that in the minor way I do. So we got the cumulative delta down here, which is something I sort of look at, and also obviously your volume dots to look at absorption, these sorts of things. And I don't really pay too much attention to all the liquidity levels, but if we have a level that's really outstanding, then I'll definitely take note. Like if we got a big, thick amount of orders here along 2480, might be something I'd pay attention to. 2480 being across these lows down here, across that high volume node. So yeah, things like that. It's not crucial to the volume profile strategy, but it's a nice extra confluence, and why not throw it here on the streams? You might have noticed I'm also on NASDAQ now. So you guys, if you've been following me since the start of the channel, I will swap around between different asset classes every year. So last year I spent the year doing the S&P. The year before I was doing mostly gold. The year before that, NASDAQ. And I thought, you know what? Coming into 2026, let's hit the NASDAQ this year. So I'm on the NQ. Trading my prop firm accounts, both funded, some evals, and I'm trying some new firms as well, one of them being Lucid. So cycling through some firms. The main ones are going to be trading a take profit trader, of course. Those are my number one prop of choice to get my shill in here before we get going on the session. Take profit traders, I've taken 6 figures in payouts from take profit trader this past year. So you can say I've rung them true, and they're fantastic. So we'll be mainly trading with them. I've got Apex loaded up here as well, and also trying Lucid for the first time. So it should be good. Why is the stream so early? Why is it 8 a.m.? Well, I do like to get in. If I'm trading the New York Open, like I said, I can count on one hand, well, 2 hands now, how many times I've traded the New York Open in my life. And what I've found so far since trading volume profile and trading the New York Open with volume profile is that I like this sort of pre-market going right into 930 and getting a setup off of 930 around that time has been my best outcome. So coming in early here, I will obviously, like I said, I don't know if you saw the community post, I'm going to be trading rather aggressively on the prop accounts. Like, I'll be honest with you guys, with prop firm accounts, these days, I really just cycle them. I don't treat them with any sort of fragility. I'm taking a lot of trades on prop accounts, even the funded accounts, because mainly I'm trading my own money these days. So prop firm accounts are like, it's like hitting the casino for me. Not quite that extreme, but yeah, I do trade them pretty aggressive, and I'll take a lot of low confluence trades just to get in. So it's not an approach that everyone should take, but For me, it only makes sense to hit the gas hard on prop firm accounts, cycle them through. Sure, I'll take more losers, but over time I'll take more winners. And as long as I'm green, tracking the fees on prop accounts to payouts, as long as that's green at the end of every month, I'm happy. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. Yeah, Cammy on NQ, what's up? What's up? Been away from the game for a while, passed the combine today after a month trading seriously. Massive thank you. And hey, congrats, John. That's awesome. Awesome. Do I need to buy and complete the course to join the school group? Do Monkey? Yes. So it's only available to members who have completed the course, correct? In Go, yeah, if you want to trade Japanese yen on take profit, you're going to have to trade the 6J. 6J is the name of the symbol. Blessed Heart and Soul. Make sure you're on the current contract, first of all, and then draw that on the 1 minute chart, and you should be good. This is another thing here, guys. I have, it's not changed my strategy at all, but I now, when I enter trade, so I get all my volume profile analysis done all on the 1 minute chart, and then I zoom out to the 5 minute, and I just sit there and watch it print on the 5 minute. I found that psychologically it's been helping me a bit as well lately. One thing from this past year, so I like to, obviously I'm a scalper, and I take my trades in and out pretty quick. What I've been trying to do with a couple of these accounts, not yet on my personal account, but on a couple of the prop accounts, is holding a bit longer. So switching out to the 5 minute, zooming out a little bit for those particular trades has been pretty helpful. It's just a little psychological thing. It doesn't make any difference to what actually happens on the chart, of course. NQ, yes. NQ. Am I muted? Should be loud and clear. Should be very loud and clear. Yeah, so what I'm watching, oh, look at that. Nice spike down here. Oh, things are going wild already. It's only, holy shit. It's only, oh my goodness, guys. What are we watching here, boys and girls? Market's not even open yet, and here we go. Let's have a look. Big drop in Delta. Okay, let's look at the news events. Woo! Gotta love New York, man. It's one thing about my move to Australia here is I can finally trade these high volume sessions and get involved in the action. Who's got the headline? Who's got the headline? Holy shit. Waller speaks. Let's go. POC flip to the upper end here, and obviously price came down. Let this headline play out for a bit here. Hold on. Yeah. Cool. That's actually one thing that's been nice about trading the non-New York session, is that I don't have to worry about headlines as much. But now that we're on the New York session, let's stay on top of these news events. Dun, dun. Get all my stuff ready here. Yeah, so we got a little while to the market open. So what I'm doing is I'm looking for small opportunities in the meantime. So I'll look for little scalps here and there, cycling through the funded accounts and the evals as well. And I will be looking for the main play. The main play off of the 9:30 open, which normally you get a good setup off the overnight value areas. So be around here for at least an hour and a half. Nice, Nonsu. Been using the strategy for a month now. It's the best ever. Yes, sir. How do you determine daily bias? Daily bias, Nonsu, is the way I look for a daily bias is I watch how the point of control is developing relative to previous point of controls. So if you see your point of control, previous day point of control, down here at 335, for example, and your developing point of control puts itself in above that price point. Say this is your developing point of control. Yesterday's point of control is here. And if price is able to stay above that and find support at this point and continue to shift that fair value higher, that is obviously a sign of a bullish order flow and bullish market sentiment, and vice versa. So it's just about watching where that fair value point goes, where it's traveling, and then where it's holding, which side of that price is holding. So until this Fed speaker right here dropped the market, obviously bullish, right? We put in these pockets of value. Earlier it was down here. Pockets of value, fair value, above yesterday's fair value, and they keep shifting above and price holds above these price points, then you want to ideally trade in line with that until it eventually breaks and flips the other way. And that can be because of fundamentals, can be, normally fundamentals, or just a slow shift in market sentiment. Jeremy, no way. Haven't heard anything about that. Strange. Yeah, there. Take profit traders support's been a little bit backlog lately. I also had to reach out to them a few days ago because my market data was not letting me trade. It said market data delayed. And yeah, I had to reach out. They're a little bit slower than usual. They've had crazy growth in the last few months. This happened with Top Step. In the early days when I first started working with Top Step, they had a similar issue. They grew so fast, support couldn't keep up and they had to hire more. So hopefully Take Profit Trader does the same. So looking for scalps on the pre-market here, I'll be looking at the profile and just finding little nodes to trade off. Nice bounce off this node here. I totally missed that. Node to node scalps, and then once we get around the open, I'll be watching the overnight levels, which are these developing levels here, and looking to trade those levels. Mr. Brad, good morning, man. Thank you. Have I used Attis at all for volume trading? I have not, Mark, but Attis is a brilliant platform. I know professional traders that really stand by Attis as a platform. It's a good platform from what I hear and from what I've seen. A bit too much for what I need to use. I keep my trading pretty simple, so not something I'd personally use myself, but it's a fully fledged professional trading platform. That and TT. TT is fantastic as well, if you're talking proper professional platforms. Just taking little scalps here and there. Why is it not showing on the chart here? Make sure everything's visible. Like them as a firm. Hope I can get it to work out. Yes. Yeah, Jeremy, Take Profit Trader is a great firm. Just, they've been a little bit slower on support. Like I said, the growth, I can just see from my affiliate side, the growth has been crazy in the last few months. So just catching up, I suppose. But good experience. Why is it not showing on the chart here, guys? Maybe there's a setting. Yeah, executions, all that's on. Maybe it's because I signed out. Let me just, 1 second, let me just refresh my trading screen here. To make sure you can see all my executions while I'm in them. Un moment, please. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. Come on, man. What do I use Bookmap for? VJ Bookmap's good for the CVD, Delta, and also for the volume dots. Okay, hopefully. Why can you still not see it on the chart? Okay. Oh, of course. Hold on, it's executed on ES. Let me change the trade ovate. There we are, amateur hour. There we go. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this. Cool. There we are. That's better. My apologies. You can tell I haven't been streaming for a little while. Cool. Cool. I know Take Profit Trader is not 40% off anymore. It's 30% off. Yes, Blessed Heart and Soul. VP is the way to go. Full confidence now. I'm glad to hear, man. It really is. It really is. I mean, I obviously have a very biased take on volume profile, but I will say anytime anyone asks me as a trader what they should start with, I always just say, at this point, I just say, don't worry about anything else. Just go in with volume profile and go hard on volume profile. It's such a good edge for a retail trader. Yeah, this is a really good right here. If you can see on the book map, wonder if I can scroll it back. This, if you can see on the book map here, this here, good sign of absorption down here. Big volume dot at the bottom. 41 and 70 odd contracts down there trying to sell and no price movement. And up she goes. And that was off the high volume node and into a level of liquidity too. So they works in tandem. Bookmap plus your volume profile works in tandem really well. I'm working on some educational stuff for it. It's a good tool. It's a really good tool. Yeah, Bookmap on the right. Bookmap on the right. Thoughts on Top Step, JR? I'm gonna just now, of course, again, people are gonna say biased because they cut their affiliate program. Yes, they did, and yes, they cut me overnight, and they dealt with it really bad business wise. I'm gonna say I'm not inside the USA's what do you call it, jurisdiction or anything, so I can't be sued. But I'm just gonna say what they did. So I was one of Top Step's top affiliates, right? I mean, I've made them millions and also made millions myself from Top Step, not from the trading side, but from the affiliate side. So I made them a lot of business. And they hit me up with a random meeting one day. They're like, hey, Cam, we're changing our affiliate program. You're still one of our top affiliates. We'd love to keep working with you. Just submit a proposal to us, submit a proposal to us of how you'd like to approach working with us moving forward. We got a new sort of thing going on, a new affiliate scheme going on. We're changing the way things work. I was like, cool, no problem. I submit a detailed proposal, all my numbers, all the stats, the thing I bring to them. They were like, cool, we'll let you know ASAP on if we're going to sign you with TopStep again or not. And obviously I wanted to stay with TopStep because for the longest part, TopStep's been number one in the game, right, for prop firm traders. And I follow up multiple times, weeks on end, because I'm like, these guys are leaving me hanging. If they are going to cut me, I'm going to have to change this part of my business and obviously look at other prop firms because I had not really messed with too many other prop firms at the time. And I follow up with them days. They're like, yep, sorry, we're getting to it. We're going to review your proposal. Yep. A day before expiry, before my contract kicked and before it all ended, a day before, they're like, hi, Cam, we've decided not to move forward. We wish you all the best. I was like, what the shit? No explanation, no discussions, no negotiations. After making millions for TopStep, and also myself was great. But also I wanted to keep working with them because they were number one and they have been for a long time. And yeah, just total blindsided, no meeting, nothing. So yeah, man, I was pretty pissed off. Anyway, they were still number one for a long time. Lately, they've been slipping off when they cut all other platforms and only allowed Project X. That was red flag number one. Red flag number two, all these issues that have been happening with Project X. So it is a bit of a risk to trade with TopStep now if you're forced to use their platform and forced to deal with all the issues that come with that. I still believe they're reliable in terms of payouts, and they're the biggest name in the space. It's a good stepping stone for beginners. They put a lot of limits on now for your actual growth and scaling as a trader, which sucks. But yeah, they're just the direction they've been going has not been great. Not been great. Anyways, let's look at some trading. Nice, Bradley. Yep, loving the volume profile and cumulative delta combo. I've been trying it out over the past couple of weeks. Got to try a motive wave in the new year for quality of life and slightly more accurate VP levels. Yes, I'm glad, Brad. That's good, man. I'm glad I finally got you over. David, hello, sir. Nice to see you. Yeah, Australia's going great, man. I love it here. Hour till market open. We got a lot of time here. I'm gonna, like I said, be scalping. Cycling through accounts, so you'll be seeing a lot of action shortly. I did execute a trade across here, accidentally on ES, not NQ. So that was unintentional. Came out with a $125 profit, but I was trying to execute on NQ on this little long off this POC. Thoughts on iceberg orders and stop run orders on Bookmap? I think the iceberg orders are really good. All of that's good, VJ. All of these things are good. Only things you can notice with Bookmap too, by the way. Really, really good. Bookmap's a good tool. It can, for people who are prone to analysis paralysis, it's going to be a bit of a distraction. But when you get good at just looking for a couple of things on the Bookmap, a couple of, say you want to look at only the delta and absorption, then it can become a really good tool. Like this is an example of absorption here. Big red aggressive orders trying to hit the sell there. See delta also tanked, and a lot of aggressive sellers tried to hit right here, and the buyers just held that and absorbed that. It doesn't mean for sure price is going to keep going up, but it's a good sign. And you see all that liquidity sitting across there as well. and it's across a sort of broken shelf on the profile here. That delta is tanking at the moment. Why no longer on ES? Like I said a bit earlier, every year I switch I like to rotate between asset classes. So I spent last year doing the S&P, the year before doing doing gold, and hold on a second. And yeah, coming into 2026, give NASDAQ a spin again. Good thing about volume profile, it all applies to every asset class. It's just the same thing. Same thing, just different characteristics. I'm going to jump back on the hype train with NASDAQ this coming year. Isn't Australia higher in taxes? Why the move? Yes, it is higher in taxes. So here in Australia, I'm paying 47% total. So that's 8% higher than what I was paying back in New Zealand. But your money goes a lot further here. Cost of living, although Australians say it's really expensive, it's not compared to New Zealand. Yes, it's expensive, but it's not compared to New Zealand. So I'm saving a lot in cost of living. And just a change in scenery, change of surroundings. It's already been great, like a good entrepreneur community here where I am in Australia. Really good entrepreneur community, good lifestyle, really good, ambitious group of people here in this particular city that I'm in, which is awesome. New Zealanders are not known for being ambitious, so it's not really a great environment for entrepreneurs, etc. Most entrepreneurs, like young entrepreneurs, end up moving out of New Zealand just to change, just to go where people are also chasing, go where people are also focused on good lifestyles and reaching high and trying to be better and trying to get more. You know, New Zealand is a very anti-more country. How are the girls in Australia? I'm married to basically an Australian woman, but I cannot comment. I cannot comment on that. You ask me, I say they're all ugly. Yeah, 47% is insane for taxes, man. It is insane. It is. But the way I view it is like, I can't avoid it anyway. I'm not going to go out of my way to really try and get every little loophole and save some percent. I'm living good after tax. Sure, before tax, it would be better, obviously, but I can't, unless I go live in Dubai or like, I don't know, what else is zero income tax? It's just not worth it for me, man. I pay taxes, an inevitable thing. So I'm just gonna pay them and live where I want to live and pay taxes and swallow it. I just try not to think about it too much. I do take my reductions where I can, but I don't try too hard to get out of it. Bradley. Yes, Bradley. Yes. Yes. So yeah, this is some interesting stuff here so far, guys. We got really, really strong negative delta. A price failing to move lower. We got a big, you can see on the book map here, a big block of liquidity sitting right across this node. So again, it doesn't mean it's a for sure thing, right? It doesn't mean it's for sure going to hold. But these are little confluences you can use. delta is totally in the negative. We're sitting across a high volume node. And you have this big wall of liquidity sitting across all right here on the bid. So these are all pretty good little confluences for support. Doesn't mean it's always going to work. But these are things you can use. Oh, it ate that. Look at that. Just ate that support. There you go. Monaco is 0% tax. Yeah, that's the thing. If you want to live in a place that has low income tax, you got to live in basically a third world country. Yeah, man, I love Australia. I love where I live here in Australia, and it's like paying the 47% tax, although that sucks and is absolutely criminal. I'm like, well, I get to live in the Gold Coast, which is a beautiful spot to be. Louis Silva, Voltron, what's up? Someone asked before why. Yes, normally you want to avoid POC. I'm cycling through my prop account, so let's say, in other words, prop firm cycling. When I'm cycling my prop firm accounts, I'm taking a bunch of what I call C rank trades, which is single confluence trades. And point of control sometimes is a good one. If you're in a clear trend like this, a strong upwards trend, and price retest point of control can be a good spot to get long. If you're in an area or in a profile that's like this, say your profile is more evenly distributed and you have a point of control, you do not want to be entering around this point, because this is where price is just going to chop you back and forth. You want to enter at the value high and value low. But if you're on a profile that's like the one we have now, where value's clearly been shifting up and up and up and up, and then you have that point of control and price comes back to retest it, it's not the worst idea for an entry at that point of control. It's only a single confluence trade, obviously. There's no other value levels there at all except for the developing point of control. So yeah, it's a lower confluence trade, but if you're going to trade off point of control, developing point of control, these are the type of profiles you want to look for those trades on. Profiles where value is clearly shifting in a single direction and you can take that retest. Louis, what I'm doing for firms. So at the moment, I got take profit trader number 1, Apex number 2, and I've also got now Lucid as well. I'm testing Lucid. Anyone using Lucid in the chat? You let me know what your thoughts. I like it so far. I'm talking about their straight to funded accounts, that is. Alex, nice man. No confirmation style past few days has dramatically changed the RR and win rate. Yes. Yes. Why am I standing? Yeah, Kieran, that's not the worst idea, man. If you're taking trades from just the value highs and value lows, that's actually, you're probably going to have a better result with that over time. Trading the high volume nodes on their own can be, it's like a slightly weighted coin flip, but trading the extremes, your value highs, value lows, those are good spots to trade from, because they are extremes, you know? They're from like a value high is a true premium level. the value low is a true discount, more likely to get good trades from those spots. Trading from high volume nodes, you're gonna be really running into a it's just not as favorable a spot as trading the value highs and lows, because it's just a small pocket of value across a range versus an area where it's clearly defined edges of value, whereas a high volume node can be a little bit subjective as to where in that node you get your trade, and what the node means. Do I use the DOM for entries? Yes. I'll watch this again as it comes back to the point of control. Can you copy trade evade accounts from the bookmap DOM? I don't know. You'd probably have to use a third-party software for that, yeah. Really love the New York session, man. Like I said, I've traded it less than 10 times in my whole life, the New York morning session, and I really like the action you get. You got to be quick, but I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Got to get my my sizing all sorted for NQ this year. So I'm going to go for 50 tick trades for my scalps, and I'm going to definitely hold on to them longer when I'm going for positional trades, because NQ can run. It really runs. 50 ticks is like the equivalent of my 2-point scalps on the ES. Yes, you definitely plot the... Oh, you don't plot the developing weekly levels, DG, just because the developing weekly levels, it's too much. It shifts very frequently. I did experiment with it in the early days of volume profile. I did experiment with the developing weekly profile. It just changes far too much. Other than the weekly point of control, the value areas are just useless when it comes to developing value areas for the weekly profile. But yeah, for me, I rather use the closed weekly profile levels for reference, and just only use the developing daily profile for reference of intraday trade setups. Yeah, 50 ticks meaning 12.5 points. Yes. No, not in the trade at the moment. You'll see the trades on my chart when I enter. So what I'm going to do, I'm cycling through all the funded accounts, right? So I'll take trades on the TPT, the Apex, the Lucid, and what I'm going to do for the majority of them, I'm going to take just regular scalps. And then when we get closer to the open at 9:30, I will look at more, see if I can catch a bigger swing off these overnight value levels once they're put in. So the levels I'm watching on the open, this developing profile, once 9:30 comes around, that will solidify these levels. So it'll be like this: overnight value, high, low, and point of control. And those are the most potent levels coming into the New York Open. So that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, in the meantime, I'll be looking for just scalps off the nodes. I missed this point of control one. With NASDAQ, I've got to be quick, busy yapping and missing the setups. Missed both those point of control plays. How much back testing and paper trading would I recommend before a prop firm? 3 months of back testing. Nice, 72. Dude, Monkey, you know, I've made a video on this. For prop firms, when it comes to demo trading, my opinion on that is as soon as possible, not financial advice, as soon as possible, just grab the cheapest prop firm account and trade it with at least micros, and just so you can have some skin in the game and actually feel what it feels like to trade with some money on the line. Demo trading is good to get the basics down, you know, see how your strategy might perform, but none of that really eventuates until you put it into practice in the live market with something on the line, where then you've got your emotions and your psychology at play. So yeah, my opinion with demo trading is don't spend too much time on it. And as long as it's not financially damaging you, scale one of the cheapest prop firm account you can find with a reputable prop firm. The cheapest one, like a Take Profit Trader 25K account, the cheapest one, only that one account. Trade it with micros, so you know, like 1 to 2 micros, even just to begin with. So you basically aren't going to blow it. And just start trading that. So you've got something on the line, you've put some money up so you can feel, okay, this is potentially real money. And then go from there. That's the best way to approach learning. When I first started trading almost 8 years ago now, I didn't spend much time in demo because it just wasn't benefiting me. Like once you got that strategy down, you can see what kind of results you might get or how it might work in the market. I had to put it to test. Difference is back then I didn't know much about prop firms, so I blew a lot of my own money, which I didn't have, like credit card money. And yeah, I mean, now with the amount of prop firm choices we have and the low cost of them, that's like the new equivalent of demo. And then you have the added benefit of, if you really crush it, you can earn from your learning at the same time. And if you do blow it and it goes wrong, well, then maybe you're out $50 or so. You know what I mean? $40 minutes to market open. Start taking some scalps very soon now. Just watching to see what we do around these nodes here, and then I'll probably start to getting my toes wet. Let's get my show join bid. There we are. See how price reacts to these nodes here, if it holds up or if it breaks back down. If it breaks back down, we'll see what it does back towards POC. Watching the book map here as well. Oh, why is it not showing on this bloody chart? Literally in this right now. Why is it not showing on TradingView? So, yeah. NQ. NQZ. Oh. Hold on a second. You can tell I haven't streamed for a while. I literally executed on the NQZ. I need to be on NQH6. There we are. Okay. Now let's try again. Let's try this again. What I was trying to do, hold on. Okay, here we are. Here we go. Amateur hour, dude. Point of control shifting around here. Oh, yeah, it's pretty close. Now we should be able to see my little scalps. Can we see that? We can see that, right? It's very slow, but we're in. Just scalping until the open here. Two contracts. There we are. Yeah, you can see all that. That's good. Two contracts in, a little scalp here on the first account. I'm doing all my entries and exits on the DOM, of course, but you can see them on the trading view here as well. There we are. You can see, there you go. You can see my whole position on there. There's a little scalp off the moved point of control, seeing if it holds up. Just going a little 50 ticks here off this edge of the node. If it holds for a nice bounce to the opposing node on the upper side. Little 500 if it hits. Little negative 500 if it misses. And just cycling them like this. This is basically how I trade my prop firm accounts for payout, is I hit them $500 increments on the 150Ks. And then if I've got a really nice A rank setup, I'll dial in. Dial in meaning I'll really scale in. So hopefully we get one of those on the open as well. It would be nice. Loving the speed of this compared to my usual Asian or PM sessions. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. Make sure I got that at the right 50 ticks. 52, yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Okay, it's almost there. 2 tick tickle, 3 tick tickle, 5 tick tickle. And autofill, cool. First one in the bag. Nice. That's a just a little quick scalp off the point of control. So if you saw that on the replay, you saw that point of control shifted from here, where that initial move was from, to then here. And that was just a play off the edge of that node, off the edge of that shelf. Seeing that fair value shift up and price still holding above it. Nice little bullish sign for a quick scalpy scalp. Nice and quick, man. You know, that same trade in Asia would take me maybe half an hour. It's good. I can both win and lose money in a hurry during New York. Looking forward to it. Am I trading next week? No, Charlie. This is my last week of trading till next. What the shit? Are we back? Are we on? Yes, we're on. We're on. Cool. Yeah, let me know if I drop out at any point, guys. I've not been having a good experience with Australian internet. That's my one complaint. Am I going to add Bookmap to the course? It'll be inside the community. I'm working on some educational modules to the community. The community is open to anyone who's taken the course. It's an extra charge, but it's for course members only. So yeah, that's on its way. It's so not needed for volume profile trading. Like I didn't use Bookmap at all for that entry and exit just there. Why is it now not showing? Oh, it's signed out, hasn't it? Hold on a second. Yeah, my Australian internet's been whack. Really whack. Do I still take my worst losing streak times it by 2 and use the drawdown and divide it by that number? Yes. Well, actually, oh, look at that spike. Holy shit. Should have held a runner. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. Woo, that's nice. I like that. Half an hour to go to market open. Do I still? No. So actually, Mash, that's what I did in the early days. I mentioned this a bit earlier. With my prop firm accounts now, I just cycle them. For me, financially, it makes most sense not to waste too much time being real careful with them. I trade mainly my personal money for actual trading income. And yeah, for prop firm accounts, funded accounts, I'm trading them hard. And I'm trading them, I'll risk up to a quarter or more. Actually, no, not even a quarter. I'll risk up to half my drawdown. From base level, not once I built the cushion, but from a brand new funded account, I'll risk up to half my drawdown in a single day. That's just a personal approach. For me, I don't waste too much time with prop accounts. I can get them funded quick and I can get them to pay out quick. So I'm okay taking the risk of potentially being out, $150 on an eval if I blow it, versus taking my time and taking ages to get a payout. I just push them hard. Worst case, I'm down a couple $100 on the account, but normally just one payout will make up for everything spent plus more in a month. So just my own approach, man. I mean, that's changed over the years. When I was, trading ICT, when I first started this channel, I was way more conservative because I traded prop accounts like real money. And I think that just came with time and confidence and also being personally in a better financial spot. You can kind of it's just easier to just cycle through prop accounts and more profitable, not financial advice. Nice, Rashad. Hold that through the pop. Good one, man. Yeah, I seriously got to... So I haven't traded NQ for about a year now. I've taken a year off NQ and we've been on the S&P. I seriously got to work out what I'm going to do for runners, because if you hold a runner on the NQ, that thing goes, man. I mean, imagine a runner on that. That was a 50 tick trade. That went up 200 ticks. That's insane. Insane. Looking forward to the open, though, for sure. So this is another thing, guys. So look at the profile here. This kind of node, it's so far it's a bit too muddy, but if this can develop a nice sharp edge level to look at a particular playoff, but as it stands where we are now, we don't really have anything distinct in there. Whereas the nodes we had earlier, oh, we dropped out again. Hopefully I'm still live. The nodes that we had earlier where that long was taken from is a nice, sharp, distinct edge. The node up here, not so much. Cool, we're back on. Yep, cool. The internet's whack here in Australia. That's the one thing I've had a bad experience with, other than a slightly higher tax rate, is the internet is so bad here. So bad. And I'm in a major city here in Australia and it's still so bad. Love the color of the room. Thanks, man. White painted walls. Guys, hold the charts. I got to go grab a water bottle before the market open. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty as a bitch. Let me just put on here. BRB, grabbing water bottle from all the way downstairs. Yeah, hold that for me. I'll be right back. Back in business. Cool, man. 25 minutes to market open. Hopefully we can get a big one off the market open. We disconnect. Stupid freaking Australian internet, hey? Hold on. Stupid internet. Okay. There we are. Stupid, man. I can't. Any Australians in the chat, who do you use for internet and how do you get one that actually stops dropping out every 5 minutes? So I don't even look at individual candles. No, Troy. So not a single chart pattern is taken into consideration. No candles, no highs, lows. I mean, I do look at highs and lows in terms of targets sometimes, but even then, not so often. Yeah, candles are totally out of the picture for me. In fact, one thing I teach people inside our community is that to get the candlesticks out of your head, trade a line chart, trade volume profile plus a line chart. It's just, yeah, the way that I trade is, it's just not part of my strategy at all. The reason being, I made a little post about this on YouTube this week. Similar kind of thing. It's an Earl Nightingale quote where he said, if you want a good model for success, look around at what everyone else is doing and do the opposite, because this is a truth when it comes to almost everything in life, whether it's business, fitness, trading, happiness, all that stuff. 90% of people are either unhappy or mediocre. The outliers are doing different things to what the masses are doing, and that's true across the board. So when it comes to trading especially, we got a 95% or higher failure rate amongst retail traders. And sure, that's to do with retail traders also giving up before they ever give it a chance to develop the skill properly. So that does inflate the numbers a bit. But a lot of it is to do as well with a lack of actual edge. So if you look at what 90 5% of retail traders learn and what they're trading. It's SMC, candlestick patterns, basic support and resistance. There's nothing necessarily wrong with these things. It's what everyone else is doing. So if you want results different to everyone else, so you start doing what they're not doing. And a lot of retail traders, if you say to a retail trader, you don't trade using candlesticks, it'll be like you just blasphemed the good Lord. Like that sounds ridiculous. And yeah, after my venture into order flow and volume profile and professional approaches to futures trading, a lot, and I mean a lot of the professionals, not the YouTube traders like myself and the influencers, but the pros, the quiet pros. Candlesticks are almost meaningless. It's a arbitrary open, high, low close across an arbitrary time frame of 1 minute, 30 seconds, 5 minutes, whatever it is. There's no real edge, and that's just showing you where price was and where it ended up. It's not showing you the reason for those moves. It's not showing you where transactions were concentrated. It's not showing you how value shifted. It's only showing you where price was across a given time. So there are some things you can do with that information, but nothing that really gives you too much of an edge. So for that reason, I was like, okay, I'm going to try trading without taking note of candlesticks at all. And I put that into play with my volume profile approach almost 2 years ago now, and never looked back. So it's an unorthodox approach, but it works. Depends on what fiber you can get at your new place and then getting a good router. Okay, yeah, Smooth Dog. I have a fiber connection here, but they gave me a bloody 5G modem. So that might be it. Yeah, you got that water bottle right in view, huh? These are 85 cents here in Australia. You'd think seeing Mad Max that water would be more expensive. 85 cents for this bad boy right here. $20 minutes to market open. I'll switch over to another account next. I just that's a one and done trade here on this. Like I said, I'm just gonna cycle through the accounts. So let me switch to the next one. If you missed that trade, go back and watch it. Otherwise, I'll no doubt be posting a YouTube short. And let's go to this account. And let's hit him again. Again and again. Coming close to the open here now. Really nice. Looking forward to it. ICT has been engraved into my pattern recognition and I have to ignore it. Yeah, I get that, Charlie. I mean, hey man, that's the main thing. You spend so long learning something like ICT, when it comes to taking a radically different approach, it's hard to get out of your system, man. Totally. Shoots and Roots, what's up, man? Nice to see you. Yes, you missed a good trade, caught a good little scalp off the point of control just before. Cycling through these prop accounts, so that one's locked in. But yeah, man, New York City. So if you've just joined, these streams are going to be daily again. Daily for the New York Open, starting at 8 a.m. just to get that pre-market action as well. And my main play is going to be off the New York Open itself, 9:30. So they're going to be daily Monday to Friday. But the only caveat to that is they will end this week and they'll start again on Jan 6 because I'm taking Christmas off. No point trading into Christmas. All right, back at POC. Let's see it go. Big drop in Delta just there. Let's see what she goes here. Let's go. What account is this? Hold on. 74. 7474. I'm an ICT tard. ICT tard. I love that. And I'm struggling to understand how you filter potential entries on volume profile. Yeah, Moshi, I watched my volume profile playlist, man. I filter them through using multiple confluences, but then sometimes I'll also just use a single confluence like today. There's a few different ways to do it, but it's not traditional. It's not like a traditional confirmation. But yeah, check out the free volume profile playlist I have on the channel. First of all, run through all those videos. More specifically, the more recent ones. Those ones have the most detail, and that'll give you a better idea of what I'm looking for. What's my typical win rate across the few months? Surrender, I'm sitting around the 70%, so it's pretty good. I do take 1-to-1 and negative R trades a lot of the time because my win rate's high. So that does give me a higher win rate as well. It's just a personal thing. This year, I'm going to throw into the mix some more positional plays because I miss out on some big runners a lot of the time. Because with volume profile, you can really pinpoint the edges of value and get some really good entries. Because of my personality and what I've found over the last 8 years of the best approach for me, I try to get in and out as quick as possible before I start to overthink, before I start to trail too tight, before I just fumble a trade. So I get in and out really quick, which means sometimes I go in with really high, heavy size just to take a real small part of a move. But this year I'm going to work on, with a couple of these funded accounts, some more positional plays. So yeah, man. Did I go to Harbour Town last week? No, I did not. Yeah, terrible, terrible tragedies in Australia last week. Trader Joe's, this November, December been tough for me, you as well. I seem to be getting a lot of losses. Trader Joe, no, it hasn't been tough, man. No, it hasn't been tough. I can't say it's been that bad. I saw a lot of that on Twitter. A lot of people saying that the PA's been bad in December. Maybe it's because you guys mainly trade New York. I've been majority just trading the Asian session as I always do, and I've been having a good time. But hey, man, I'm here in the New York now, so we'll soon find out. So far, so good. Maybe. What is Harbour Town? I thought maybe you were referencing Sydney, but no. What is Harbour Town? Where is Harbour Town? Yes, absolutely, Enrico. I'm literally working on a bookmap module for the school community at the moment. Hence why I've got it on stream, why I'm using it more actively, because I'm gonna show you how to use it in conjunction with volume profile. It's definitely not required, but it's a good confluence. Hey, Derek, what's up, man? Living a good life. I'm glad to hear. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's good. Uh, when was your last long drawdown period? I had a break-even month in November, up 3 hours this month and going to call it for the rest of the year. Nice, Charlie. This is not me just saying this. I haven't had a big drawdown period since I started trading volume profile. A lot of that has to do with my confidence and my psychology as well. The thing that used to ruin me the most was self-sabotage. It wasn't even my strategy or my approach to trading. It was just, as with most traders, is that self-sabotage. So yeah, in the last year and a half, 2 years that I've been trading volume profile, it really helped my confidence and helped fix a lot of my psychological issues. Because in the past, when I was trading ICT, I didn't really believe fully in the strategy, which didn't help. So I doubt a lot of things, second guess, find conflicting confluences. But since swapping to a system that I believe in, understand why it works, understand that it's factual, that did wonders for my psychology. And so that has helped me avoid tilting, revenge trading, and just entering really whack trade setups. So yeah, I haven't had a red month since trading volume profile. Definitely red days, definitely strings of red days, but not red months. Oh, Bagheera Waters. No, it wasn't me then, David. I know what that is. It wasn't me. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of Cami Capital doppelgangers here in Australia, so I feel like I just have a common look. Could have been any Cami Capital. It's the stash. Yeah. That's like the Australian uniform, a stash and a mullet. A stash and a mullet and a bunch of tattoos. So there you go. Yeah, that's a good point, Xenofan. If you're trading traditional price action and candles, yeah, it's probably going to be a tough month. But yeah, with volume profile, you can trade low volume sessions. You can trade holiday periods, all that. You still can have logical trades and get your trades. It's all about just the correct position sizing and going for the right targets based on the range, the what do you call it? Average true range. Nice, Dom. Living in Bali now. Yep. I love Surfers Paradise. I'm not far from there. This is going to be uploaded. Yes. Yes, Kayan. Yep, these will all be uploaded. Yes. Jimmy Patel, what's up, man? Jimmy, I bet you're looking cute right now. Raphael, good morning from the Caribbean. What's up? Got a question. It's been a while since I saw a volume profile video. How do you trade it on New York session? Because I thought you needed NY data to use it. NY data, what do you mean by that, Raphael? It's the same as any other one, but what you're doing, I get what you're saying. You're saying the previous day's value high, lows, yep. No, so when you come into the New York Open, you'll see this perfect example, Raphael. So in 9 minutes when we get the open, what I'm looking at is the overnight value levels because these are the most potent of the open. So overnight point of control, value low, value high. These are the levels I'm watching closely on the open. And basically, I'm wanting to see signs of these acting as support and resistance. So as soon as these get locked in at 929, I'm going to be looking to use one of them as my support or resistance, ideally with another confluence, but sometimes I'll just go straight in and just trade that level off the bat because the New York Open gives really potent reactions. Like, look at this. If we look at yesterday, let's go, yeah. So look at this. Let's remove this overnight profile. So this is what I mean. So this is yesterday, right? This is the overnight value area high. Ignore what happened on the second push up, but look at that first push up. 9:30 opened, overnight value high is up here. There was 3 points of drawdown on that, right? And if you held that, I would have targeted point of control, overnight point of control. That's 375 ticks, but it moved 562 ticks from that overnight value area high off the open. First tap, no other confluence. Had a max of 5 points drawdown, which is nothing on the NASDAQ. So this is just one good example. It doesn't always work out so clean, but a lot of the time, the first tap of an overnight value level is going to be so clean. More specifically, the value highs and lows. The point of control can be a bit iffy because it's the most recent fair value price, so it's going to be a little bit iffy unless price is really trending. But the overnight value high, value low, so potent, man, off the open, even without any other confluence. Have a look in backtest and you'll see what I mean. But anyway, we'll see how it goes today as well. This is kind of me also experimenting with this session, guys. Like I said, I've traded New York Open a handful of times in my entire life. I'm an Asian session trader and at best a New York afternoon session trader. So this is me using my prop accounts to now experiment with the New York Open now that I'm in a country where it's a bit more realistic to do so, time zone wise. It is midnight right now, but who cares, right? At least it's not 3 a.m. like it would be back in New Zealand. MTD trade. Oh, please, what's your Instagram username, man? Please let me know. My Instagram DMs are messy. Do I trade Asia live as well? Not at the moment. That's the session I trade my personal account, so I don't like to stream that because I'm actually trying to pay the bill. Well, I pay the bills many different ways, but I'm really trying to lock in on those sessions. Whereas I'm trading my prop accounts here for the New York, so maybe one day we'll do some Asia lives, but for now we'll stick to the New York Opens, which will be real nice. Max Stuff in 7, cool, man. There you go, Max. There we go, Max. My apologies, man. You got buried in the DMs. Let's go. 4 minutes till the open. We're a bit far from the overnight value levels, high and low, which can be a good thing because if we push up there, that'll be a nice extended level. So the play, what I'm going to look at is if we push up, I've got accounts to cycle through here. So if we push up, I'm going to short. If that loses and stops me out, I'm going to look for it to find support and retest. Okay, so 1 or 2 plays. And then vice versa, if the opposite happens. Down here, we actually got a lot of stacked levels. So, actually, let me just fix that. That's looking a bit funny. We got a bit of stacked levels down there. So that'll be a good area. So if we tap down to overnight value low, I'll be looking to build a position long down around here. Boom, boom, boom. And see if I can hold that for a decent play as well. And same thing, vice versa. If it breaks, I'll just look for the other side on the other account. Just keep cycling accounts, going through the different setups, and try and capture some outsized returns on these things. Win rate based on my data sits around high 60s to low 70s, SA. Should I get a little cheeky pre-market scalp in here? Very tempting. Nice, strong level across here. This point of control is a very definite point of control. Interesting to see how this goes off the open. 2 minutes to go. I'm going to get these ready to go, guys, the overnight levels. Getting these ready to go. These will likely just stay exactly as they are in the next 2 minutes. Let's see how this goes. So looking again at overnight value level high and low for potential plays here. Oh yeah, previous week's levels are in here. This is NQ, so previous week's levels are up here. They're up high, unfortunately. All right, 1 minute to go. One more minute, and then it's absolute lock-in time. So we can basically stop this profile now, and that is your overnight value levels put in. Boom, boom. So let's see which side of the profile this thing goes and play it from there. Looking forward to it. Let's, fingers crossed the internet doesn't cut out, and let's go. Let's go, let's go. So let me check, that's 366, cool. Cool. Ten seconds and go time, boys and girls. We are open, and we are open strong. Let's see which side of the range this goes. Nice. Man, I love the volume on New York Open. It's so good. Let's see where she goes, man. Coming in for these value area lows. Let's watch that liquidity down there at 366. If we can push down. And get this developing profile on here too, because it is time to go. So that last profile is closed off. And what we're doing now, can't really see it. Let's get it. There it is clicking extend right on this profile, letting that develop, and we can use that as confluence too. Oh, nice tap off that previous overnight value point of control. But again, I'm looking for the lows. Cool, there we are. Going wild on the open here. But look at that. This is what I mean. I don't like to trade the overnight point of control right off the bat, but that was immediately 3 points drawdown and up to 200 ticks done in a minute. It's insane. Insane. Down at the lows there, we got a lot of stacked confluence as well, which I'm watching. So if we can really push down to those lows, it's a lot of good levels down there. So if I show you this, look at this. There you go. So you got your previous day's value high sitting right across here. So you got a few stacked support levels down at the lows here. So I'm going to watch if we can push down and touch the overnight value low. We'll take a trade off there as well. But if we dig deeper, if for whatever reason gets stopped out, I'll also be looking to long these because that's a double confluence area down here. So let's see if we can push away from this overnight point of control and get some direction in here. Some sort of pull away from fair value. Here we go. Come on. Is this it? Let's go. Let's get a push. Got a lot of liquidity down there. Nice heavy negative delta. Let's go. It's trying to find its way down. Good interest across these lows. Really nice. Really nice. But I want it lower. Let's go. 366. Yes, here we go. Come on. I'm in. Holy shit, it's moving fast. Just 2 contracts for now. And I'll add potentially 1 more around these lows here. Right there. Boom, that's my position for this one. And let's see if I can get this. She's moving real quick. And I'll go for a, let's say 1500. I want my stop below those value levels. And I want my take profit. You know what? I'm going to see if it runs. If we can get support down here, I'm going to see how far she can go. Man, it's moving so fast. Don't know if it's just my internet, but it's so fast that my chart's not even updating. I don't know if you can see that on the stream. Literally have to watch this on the DOM to get my real-time info. Welcome back to NASDAQ, Cami Capital. Holy shit. I feel like I'm about to have a seizure on this chart. Insane. Insane. The DOM is going wild. Love it. Gotta love it. I feel like I want to give it a little bit of space around that level. Don't want to get stopped out too early because I still like where it is. Give it a little space to breathe. I want to see these levels. There's all 3 stacked levels here of potential support. So as long as the market's not planning to actually absolutely dump it pre-Christmas, I like these levels. But maybe the market doesn't like me. Perhaps a 1 tick tickle on the books would be nice. So freaking fast, man, the NASDAQ. Developing profile now, getting in some good data here to look at. So we actually had the shift in fair value down to this point. Not necessarily the worst thing in the world. It depends which side of this that price can hold. I've got to get my sizing and positioning right with this because obviously not having traded NASDAQ for over a year, gonna have to get a feel for it again. Oh, big stop out on that one. Rough. Yeah, it's breaking those levels for sure. For sure. Anyway, cycle to the next one. Cycling accounts as promised, as 1 win, 1 loss. That one there, that was basically a beautiful tap from the overnight point of control and meltdown from there. Did not get the support I wanted down here. 3 stacked levels down here, but yeah, small reaction. No follow through. That fair value shifting from up on this upper portion here to down here was a little hint. Let's see that. But now, if this truly breaks down, then like I said earlier, if it breaks out, breaks down, I look for the retest. Just keep it real simple that way. Get my DOM centered. There we go. So yeah, watching if this pulls back and gets a little retest across this point. underneath the developing fair value, I'll look for a play off that. You now have those same stacked levels. When these support levels get broken, just looking on the other side of that, same thing. Broken support turns resistance, vice versa. So watching around 343. Man, this is some crazy action for an S&P Asian session trader. I am loving it. It's brutal, but I'm loving it. What a way to finish my night. It is 12:44 in the morning here in Australia. Take this back up. Let's go. Make sure we're on the right account here. To get the right account ready, we want 286. Moves before you can blink, man. I need some stems right here, boys and girls. This is moving so quick. Love it. There's your break and retest. Break and retest back down. Let's go previous day value area low down at 222. Man, it's running for it. This is some speed, man. Running at these previous day value lows. Man, that all happened so quick, boys. That retest over here, real nice. Nice retest of that broken level. So quick. You got to be on it. I'm going to move my DOM closer to my chart so I can actually see it. There we are. Make sure I'm right on the trigger for these moves. This is quick. Welcome to New York session, Cami Capital. Insane. Almost got half an hour of volume in on this profile, which is another good thing. More confluences to use for trades, which is great. It's good we got that fair value put in across here. Point of control being put in right across previous day's point of control. Fair value in around the same spot. So if we get a nice bounce from the previous day value low, then we might be looking at a ranging day today. When you have those overlapping point of controls, Current point of control, previous day point of control. Sometimes a nice rangy type day. So watching if we can come down to around the 222 mark, be watching that for another potential move. Annoyed I missed that break and retest of the sell. That was perfect. I got to get my speed up to game for these New York sessions. These are crazy quick. Oh shit, look at that. Look at that book map printing. Holy shit. That point of control about to shift. There we are. Developing point of control. Almost there. It's basically put in a little bit lower right now. Slowly shifting down. See it come back to these levels here. Back to the stacked area. That point of control is almost shifted. It's so close. A lot more volume across this point here than up here. There's just one particular price point that's held point of control. There we are. I like that. 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 I like that very much. I like that very much. Okay, next trade attempt. Let's go. Let's see if I can crack these New York sessions. I got short at this high volume node here with the idea of shifting value lower. Seeing if we can run towards the previous day value low. So wanting to see this area here, this new potential point of control, act as the resistance point for a continue to push down. Eight minutes to go on this. I like to use that first half an hour to really get a feel of the profile, get a feel of the developing profile, use it as a compass. So far, we got a little bit of good information here on that developer, on that shifting value. Seeing that value shift from up at the highs, then definitely shift down to these lows, and now shifting again lower. If this can hold right here and hold price back from pushing higher, then that previous day value low is a sure target in my mind. So watching for that. I got slipped on that entry like crazy, which is a pain, but I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it. Stop loss is at a place I'm happy with behind this node. If this node breaks and it comes back up here, then if it was to move down from that point, it's got a lot more support to work through to the downside. So I want to see it, if it does push down, fail off this node. And from that point, straight down to value area low. I'll probably just take off 2 if we push down to value area low, and then just hold a runner. So where's my water? Yeah, man, what a welcome session back to live streams. These are insane. NASDAQ on the New York Open is absolutely insane. I love it, but boy, I'm locked in right now. I've not even read the chat because I don't have time. I'm just trading. So you're watching me do this fully live, for real. And like I said, I've traded New York session under 10 times, under 2 hands full of times in my life. So this is all a new experience for me after 8 years of trading, and I'm loving it. But man, I've got to be locked in. I've got to make sure my mind is sharp on these trades. Everything shifts so quick, which is awesome. A lot of opportunity, but got to be onto it. Got to be onto it, because this thing is this. You blink and you miss a move, or you miss something that's telling you to get out of the trade. You know, it's intense, and I love it. I'm going with it into 2026. I'm gonna take it and run with it. But yeah, what an experience. What an experience, all right. What an experience to have at midnight, mind you. Almost 1 a.m. here now. It's like a jolt of energy to the brain. I don't like how he pushed back above this point of control. I don't like that. It was a nice reaction to the downside, but I don't like this. Pushing up to the upper end of this node now. Basically, you don't want to see price hold above point of control. If you're short, you want to see that point of control hold price back. Really nice sell-off there, but then those buyers came in heavy at that low. So not a great sign for my trade. Not a great sign at all. So annoying, man. I will crack this New York session, boys and girls. I'll burn as many prop accounts as it takes to crack it. Oh, this is a good one. Good one to watch back. So that was, in all honesty, that was a good trade right there. Obviously, I just had an ambitious target. It's all things I'm playing with, boys and girls. Let's get on to the next one. What's this? 7518. Yeah, all in all, not risking too much for my account sizes, but it's running quick. It's running and burning quick. That's for sure. I'll take one more tonight. I'm sure there'll be another opportunity. This thing is running all over the place, which I love. There's a lot of opportunity. I'll take one more good trade tonight. I'll get a feel for these boys. I gotta get my position sizing right, am I targeting right for NASDAQ? It's been over a year since I've traded it, and it's wild, especially on the New York Open. I'll get a feel for it. Let's see what this does. Okay, I'm going to take one more. Going here, same idea, just now around the area of the stacked confluences. So now we got the multiple previous day levels and a bit of a high volume node across here. So multiple stack levels. And with this one, I'll have to target point of control and then hold one runner if we can push back down. And that's the trade idea. It's the same setup, just with more confluences this time. The same short setup. So I want my take profit on 2 contracts to be here at point of control. And then I'll hold one to run if it can go down to what I originally wanted, which is previous day value low. If it pushes above these levels and then back above the value high, then that's my short idea out the window. So let's put that in. I want the full stop loss to be above here. Give it like that value high of the developing session and the overnight low as the protection on this trade, if you want to say that. So yeah, I want to see if this does react for a nice short here. Point of control is the most logical target you want to be out at in case it finds support and continues back up, shifting value. But obviously holding a runner in case, because we have seen that value shift down throughout the start of the session here, holding a runner in case that really pushes down and, you know, catch the start of a trend day, which would be awesome. So there's point of control. That's majority of the trade off. And now just one contract to run. And I want this stop loss to come in to break even because we're now at point of control, which is the perfect support level if price is going to keep going up. If the markets are going to shift down and we start a trend, well, now's the time for it to happen. We just had that stacked confluence level, a retest of some good value levels. If we can break point of control, it could turn into a really nice trade. And that's a good example, by the way. You're seeing this live. A good example of a C rank trade, which was on that previous account. A C rank trade where I was shorting only from a high volume node, no other confluence, versus this time around shorting from basically 3 stacked confluences. We have previous day value low, previous day point of control, and a high volume node. So you have an A rank setup there. And that's why I always say to people in the school community and in the course, if you want to do yourself a favor, if you're really trying to be serious with it, wait for the A rank setups, wait for those triple stack confluences to get your better trades. C rank trades are more often than not going to burn you because there's little reason for the market to do anything at those levels. Whereas an A rank trade, where you've got multiple data backed levels for something to happen, it's going to give you a better outcome. Look how much cleaner that was as an A rank trade versus those C rank trades, which are just they were all right. Like they went into profit, but they didn't have much steam behind them. Hence the stop outs. So but she's a rough one, man. It's good. I'm getting a feel for these New York sessions. Cycling through my prop accounts as sacrifice to this experience. It's good. It is good. There's really good setups in the New York. You just got to be quick. And I feel like with New York, unlike with my Asian session trading where I can get away with more C rank trades, I feel like with New York, it's probably better to look for those more stacked trades versus just whacking every C rank, you know? Are you saying Top Step X is down again, dude? No way. No way. That's terrible. Bit of a reaction from that point of control there. Like I said, that's why it's good to be out at point of control. You don't want to try and hold a trade through point of control because it's fair value, right? That's where price is going to stop if it's going to stop, and where the market retests. So that's good. That's really good. I like to hold those runners just in case, especially for these New York sessions. If this thing's going to run and you catch the start of a trend day, you can catch a monster of a trade. So super clean trade, that one. Super, super clean. The confluence is still there for a short. But now we have that context of point of control holding and finding support. So, yeah, man, good stuff. Hey, that's pretty interesting. It's a wild session back for streams. Can't say I'm mad at it. I did enjoy that. That's insane. I think what we'll do moving forward for these streams. Look at that, another reaction off those levels though. Nice. Again, a stacked level, previous day point of control, value high, and high volume node stacked in one spot. Nice little reaction again. What I'm going to do is focus on those A-rank trades. It's probably the best approach for these New Yorks. We'll play it as we go. So that's cool. That's 2 green and 2 red accounts. So this was one of the greens. And here's the other. Boom. There's the other green. Do we trade? I didn't trade this one today. That's good. Yeah, man. So to run through this one again. Previous day's point of control, previous day value area high, and a high volume node at the time of that trade. 3 confluences stacked. They were broken from the upside, right? So it broke down. So when those areas break, you just look for those areas to act as resistance on the other side. And it's done that once, twice, a third time. So it's acting as resistance 3 times in a row so far. But what we're seeing here is that developing point of control is holding now. So we got developing point of control here, rejection from resistance. Now it's holding at this point. When point of control holds, now you want to be wary about trying to fade back into that because fair value is being bought up by the buyers. That's A-rank trades, and yeah, the C-rank trades are just... That's going to happen with C-rank trades. You're going to get burned more often than not, and that is the truth. That's why I always say, people say, man, I've been losing too much. I say, avoid the C-rank trades. And there's a reason why, because there's only one reason for the market to do anything at a C-rank confluence. So, man, Top Step X down again. That's so bad. Guys, make the move from Top Step. If you're still trading with Top Step X, make the move, man. That's too many times in a row. What is that, 7 weeks in a row of outages? Make the move. Switch to Tradeovate. Go with a prop firm that uses Tradeovate. Top Step X. If you wanna be serious about it, Top Step X is not a serious platform. Switch to Tradeovate. It's not that hard to learn. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but make the switch. Make the switch. It's not good. And they want to open up personal brokerages using Top Step X as well. That is insane. With the way that platform shits itself every day, every week, that's insane. Make the switch. Whatever firm you use, choose Tradeovate. Tradeovate's the old reliable. True and tested. Top Step no longer uses Tradeovate, no, unfortunately. Anyways, guys, I'm going to call it there. It's 1 a.m. in the morning for me now. I'm pretty happy with that session. A couple of whacks on the arse. But hey, man, we're experimenting with this New York Open on the fly while live. So you're going to see it all. Really good setups today. Really, really good. The C-rank trades, not so much. But the A-rank, you had some real clean setups there today. So pretty cool to see live and pretty cool to trade that New York Open. I'm really liking that. I'll be back same time tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern time. If you enjoyed the stream, like the stream, put the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be back on it tomorrow, and that'll be the last day of the week. Then it'll be off for a week and a bit for Christmas and back on Jan 6th. So Nice to see you guys. If you want to get funded with Take Profit Trader, I just traded the Take Profit Trader accounts tonight. If you want to get funded with them, I'm using them. Use TradeOvate, guys. Top step X at this point is a total joke. Use TradeOvate. Take Profit Trader, the link is pinned in the chat. Code CAMCAP will give you 30% off and will also waive your activation fee. And I believe they're also doing a full refund once you pass as well. So that's pretty cool. So grab that link in the chat. If you want to grab the volume profile trading course, it's a low cost but not low value course. Many testimonials for that. LearnVolumeProfile.com. I've just linked that in the chat now as well. Check that out. That is available. Walking you through A to Z, how to trade volume profile, how to read the levels, how to find setups, all the practical applications of it. So check that out, guys. Otherwise, I'll see you guys same time tomorrow, 8 a.m. Eastern time. Let's go again. What a night. A jolt to the brain. I love it. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Take care.